All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me for the first edition of a new segment we're going to start doing on the desk. We get a lot of content when our reporters go out on these, whether it's breaking news or just a feature piece. We get a lot of content. Only a small portion of it can make the air. And so that's the purpose of this segment, Valley News Live Extra, is just to kind of bring more attention to it. And the aspect of the story that we're bringing attention to today is going to be an inside look at a crime scene from what was happening this morning. The big story of the day so far out in North Fargo. Fargo police responding to a report of a stabbing at an apartment. Suspect is in custody there. 55-year-old Michael Conover from Fargo. He remained barricaded inside the apartment and refused to exit. They were on scene for quite some time this morning. Now, we were there providing live coverage when the calls came in, and we continued that coverage throughout the morning, and that's where Anna Ballweber comes into play. Anna, thank you for joining me on the desk. Is this your first time on the desk?
I think so. Maybe there was one other time I was in D.C.
Oh, gotcha.
That was
okay,
pretty
so
cool.
but the first time physically in the studio.
I think so.
I know you remarked how cold it is when we brought you in, but I keep it that way on purpose. It gets I have to wear jackets all the time. It gets a little warm back here. But anyway, back to what we're here to talk about. This morning's incident in North Fargo. You had quite the experience with that there. I guess we can start by just kind of telling the people what your main purpose was going out there this morning, kind of what you were looking for when you were near the scene.
Yeah, absolutely. So all this started, gosh, maybe right after 6 a.m. So it was pretty early. So I wasn't even in yet.
Right.
We had our reporter, Sayla Jakeaway, out there, and she did great. She did all these live shots. So she got more of the, active crime scene. There were SWAT members there. There were a bunch of police there. So she got some really awesome video. So when I finally came in around 9:30, it was kind of more the aftermath. So you could see the outside of the building. You could see broken glass just kind of anywhere I looked.
And we have this video that you provided for me. I'm going to go ahead and play
Yes,
this
yep.
while we...
So there's broken glass here where they shot something in there. I think it was either some kind of that chemical irritant or either a non-lethal thing.
Yep. You got to experience that irritant firsthand.
I did.
And I don't mean to jump ahead for you here, Anna, but the video did it for us. This is a look actually inside the apartment where this happened. A rare look that you don't tend to get in this line of work. How did you end up getting inside this apartment?
Yeah, so when I went over there, I was just looking to, talk to neighbors. You look out your window, you see a big old scene. I'm just looking to talk to anyone. I actually went over to NDSU to talk to some students. None of that was really working out. There was something inside me that said, you have to go back there for some reason.
Just a little voice.
I don't know
nagging
what
at
that
you.
was. That's never happened before.
Interesting.
So I went back there, and there's a big window, and there's a guy with his head sticking out. And I said, hey, I thought he lived right next to where all this went down. And he said, no, this is actually my apartment.
Wow.
This was my roommate that happened. Everything happened here. And he said, you want to come on up and see everything that happened? And I said, absolutely.
That's incredible.
And there's broken glass everywhere, mattresses thrown around. The door was either kicked in or hit with something. And I walked in, and you could feel whatever that chemical irritant was that they put in there. My eyes are still burning.
I was going to say, to peel back the curtain a little bit, Anna walked in barely able to see. You got to the point where you can drive, thankfully, but
Yes.
The irritant still there, present in the building. It had just been an active crime scene right before you were there.
Yeah.
And then the roommate, who is the alleged victim in this incident, right? He sat down and talked with you. And we have that full interview right here. Anna just did this a few hours ago. You're seeing it first right here on VNL Extra. So stay tuned.
And my roomie was not in his right mind, and it went from there.
How do you know him?
We were good friends. We met in jail, and then after we were coming to our end, we both agreed we were going to go to a sober living place, and we went to a sober living place, a New Life, which was a great place to go to. And then we said, let's go get us a better place. It costs us less, and we ended up here. But sometimes you don't realize who you're moving in with. You really don't.
So when he woke up this morning, what did you observe? What were you dealing with?
When we woke up this morning, it was just a different person. I woke up this morning, and my roomie was not in his right mind, and it went from there.
How do you know him?
We are good friends.
Okay. Yikes. Live stream, folks. For those of you who weren't able to tell, a little bit of an audio issue with that first bit there. I have it resolved. We're going to go ahead and start the interview over. Again, this is Anna interviewing. This is the full raw interview that Anna had with the victim in this morning's active crime scene, the reported stabbing up in North Fargo. So now we have that for you, and you'll be able to hear it this time.
I woke up this morning and my roomie was not in his right mind, and it went from there.
How do you know him?
We are good friends. We met in jail, and then after we were coming to our end, we both agreed we were going to go to a sober living place, and we went to a sober living place, a New Life, which was a great place to go to. And then we said, let's go get us a better place. It costs us less, and we ended up here. But sometimes you don't realize who you're moving in with. You really don't.
So when he woke up this morning, I mean, what did you observe? What were you dealing with?
When we woke up this morning, it was just a different person. It's not a roommate. It was not him. Some people do need mental health, and that's okay. It's just so hard to ask for. That's the thing. Some people just don't understand how to ask for mental health help. And when they do ask, half the time, nobody's listening.
Yeah, and you said he stabbed you?
Yeah, he stabbed me in the hand. But he didn't mean it. He just swung like he wanted just me to go away. It was the weirdest thing because I've never, ever had him be aggressive towards me. And we've had a couple incidents, but it was never like this. It was dangerous. Nobody needs to live with somebody like that. That's just the way it is. You can't feel safe and be happy with your life if someone's willing to hurt you. Roommate or no roommate, good friend or no good friend, that's where we are. No, it wasn't super hurt. But who wants to catch a knife every time they do something or say something? You know what I mean?
So were you able to call the police?
No, actually I didn't. I shot out of the room, and I guess my neighbor right directly across the street was like, want me to call the police? Because I left a little bloody mark on the wall. I actually ended up calling the police. But I know he called first too at the same time. I got on the phone, he got on the phone. You know.
Okay, so what was the response like? I know you said there were so many cops here. I missed it.
The response was incredible. I think I counted 25 cop cars at one time, just sitting in the back. SWAT came, Officer Dusattle. There's an old friend of mine, right? St. Joseph's, Officer Dusattle. Really appreciate your time and your effort. A lot of people do, I think. The SWAT, no one's going to talk about them, but we all need them and we appreciate them. Even after what you did to my room, I
feel like that last part's an important note there,
Yeah.
even after everything. This is obviously feels like a pretty rare situation for you to be in, especially when we have these scary kind of SWAT scenes, which we haven't had any shortage of lately. We don't often get this kind of opportunity to get an inside look like that. What's this whole experience been like for you this morning?
It's a first.
Yeah.
It's been kind of a wild morning, and I'm very, very grateful that the roommate is okay. And he showed me his stab mark, and it kind of just looked like a little pinprick. So I'm very grateful for him that he's okay, and he allowed me to go into his apartment and see kind of the aftermath. But yeah, that is definitely a first. And fear didn't really cross my mind. Actually, It was just
He seemed very matter of fact and
Yes.
and even almost empathetic with the guy who had just stabbed him in the hand a little bit ago there.
Yeah.
So it didn't. Glad that you didn't feel uncomfortable in
Yeah.
any situation
No.
there at all. But that's something that not a lot of people know with our reporting staff. Sometimes you just go on scene and you have to hope for the best. And so, congrats,
Thank you.
you got a good
Yeah,
one here.
No matter what it is, I want to get any information out to anyone. You drove by that. You want to know what's going on. And if I gotta, get right in the middle of that, I'm gonna do it.
Or get like kind of pepper sprayed by proxy, that too, whatever you have to do.
Exactly.
Whatever you have to do. Anna, thank you very much for making time for me. We'll look for your content later on tonight on Valley News Live. Thank you for joining us for this first of hopefully many editions of VNL Extra. Stay tuned right here to our digital networks. We have a lot more coming up throughout the day on our streaming platforms, your smart TV, our Facebook page, wherever you see us, we're going to have the good content coming your way. So be sure to stay tuned. But for now, for Valley News Now,